In this video, we are going to be learning about the gradients of straight lines. Okay, and of course, we'll be going by an example. Find the gradients of the line passing through the points -2, 0 and 0, -4. So, first of all, what is a gradient? We also call it a slope. So when we have this line, and let's say this point is at here, is at this point, and then this point is here. So the gradient of this line or gradient of this slope is equal to, it's usually denoted by the letter, small letter m, and then we'll now have increase in y over increase in x. That is what a gradient basically is. Increase in y over increase in x. So that is this increase in the y-axis over this increase in the x-axis. So what does that mean for us? It means y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That is what a gradient is equal to. So if you have the 2 points, you have to name them x1, y1, x2, y2, right? And then if you already have a drawn graph, all you need to do is to indicate 2 points and then get the y values, get the x values. So let's dive into this very example. We are going to write out the parameters we have from the question. We have -2, 0, and we have 0, -4. So we have, this is x1, y1, this is x2, y2. Remember that gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is equal to y2 is -4 minus from the formula y1 is 0, x2 is 0 minus from the formula x1 is -2. So we have -4 minus 0 is equal to -4. We have 0 minus -2. So minus coming together is plus. It's just like saying 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. So from here we can see that the value for the gradient is equal to -2. So the gradient of the line passing through these 2 points is equal to -2. Okay, so we can actually see that solving for gradients of straight lines, that's one easy thing to do. Now let's look at this question. We have that the gradients of the line joining this point 3, y and -1, -2 is equal to 3 over 2. Find the value of y. Okay, so this is just a little tweak in the question. It's still the same thing. So what we have to do is, the first thing we have to do is to write out the parameters. So this is the first coordinate point, 3, y, and the second one is -1, -2, and then we have x1, y1, x2, y2. And of course, we've been given that the gradient is equal to 3 over 2. So we write down the formula that the gradient of a line is equal to y2 minus y1, which represents the increase in y, over x2 minus x1, which represents the increase in x. So let's substitute. For substitution, the m is equal to 3 over 2 is equal to y2 is -2 minus from the formula y1 is y. We have that x2 is -1 minus from the formula x1 is 3. Here we have that -2 minus y remains -2 minus y, because we don't know what y is. -1 minus 3 is -4. Okay, now let's have this together. We have that 3 over 2 is equal to -2 minus y over -4. So what we are going to do is we are going to cross multiply so that we can have a straight line equation. We cross multiply. When we do that, we are going to have that 3 into negative 4 is equal to 2 into negative 2 minus y. So we have negative 12 is equal to negative 4 minus negative 2y. That is minus 2y. Okay, we collect like terms, right? So in collecting like terms, we have minus 12 plus 4. It crosses over to be a plus 4 is equal to negative 2y. Minus 12 plus 4, that is negative 8, is equal to negative 2y. We divide both sides by negative 2. So when we do that, we are going to see that y is equal to 4. And that is it. So we can see gradients of line. That is one easy thing to do. So we learned that the gradient of a line is equal to the increase in y over the increase in x represented by this formula, and we've seen how to apply the formula. I hope you learned it. So your duty now is to go practice, 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 and gradients of straight line is one easy thing to do.